aha na uni pa ka say ade ne de wo hwe petitakra mu a
these two clubs are
yeah
in any of their games. Aside the players and the quality at the moment, coaches and the brain behind the clubs they play a bigger role in their matches. Until we a certain FC Barcelona, Xavi Diombeña wins be with the likes of Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, Ousmane Dembele mo. Emrana Madrid used to play a bit. Say Nacho Fernandez as the left back. You kwanya Xavi fast will dismantle Real Madrid. But Real Madrid picking up the pieces. No, we saw how Carlo Ancelotti also dismantled FC Barcelona. Sam Reno now covers a back line. Now I hear something which is there, and you know I'm saying this, Senegal so be it here. Obeti as I say, the final game are air course or Jedano and analysis no me far free baby.
Okay.
Now for media baby. 40 million euros Saudi Arabia for be to your Senegal. The game, the product.
Yeah.
It was Spanish football mu. Knowingly say no money say El Clasico never final no. Omuntia no kwa. King Abdullah stadium, sports stadium one city on Jeddah there. Sunday obe come. But I quite enshade one say Real Madrid playing against FC Barcelona in the last final our boy Super Copa de España no. Real Madrid FC Barcelona 4-1. And so the lineup at Barcelona used to here. Now she line up at Real Madrid you see everything was too clear that Barcelona was succumb against Real Madrid. We are talking about FC Barcelona with the coach and it is Xavi. You can't compare the pedigree of Xavi to Don Carlo Ancelotti. Ahead of that game, one thing Ebe decided the game on Sunday is the mentality of the coach.
Okay.
I always say
and your players mentality by the coach.
Exactly. I always say a team be try there. You watch the head of the coach. No, and yesterday, made the Black Stars beside example. Look at the Black Stars. Tina make an who know. I'm talking about the tactical ideology. I didn't know the tactical methodology. Tactical person bia ojina touchline obetima game. We are talking about FC Barcelona and Xavi. On some Madrid fans because we share Barca 4-1 in the last final of boy. But omu refi say na Barcelona kuta coach bia no matter maybe obe share Vinicius Junior bia no Jules Kounde no any right back no the Kounde aba center back no the Ronald Araujo Akutu because clearly this is a coach who is lacking the energy to even motivate Kounde. Say you've been playing the right back. So even against Vini, one but you know why? We all agree. We saw Biawa Bon. So Bekatro say Kounde don't have the speed to match up against Vini. So the best thing to do near then bring in Araujo from the center back. And in that game, Omuboy, you know, Vinicius Junior enya hat-trick against FC Barcelona. In that game, Ronald Araujo had the red card against Real Madrid in the last Super Copa de España, Omuboy. Then it tells you that sometimes the difference between Xavi and Hans-Dieter Flick, the other Babasa team, aside personnel change, we all saw Hans-Dieter Flick ahead of the first El Clasico. Barca air trash Real Madrid 4-0. Or catch the media people say no. And yeah, dear Messi Kounde, every right back or Kounde will play there, and we all saw a better Kounde stopping Vinicius Junior in the El Clasico. We all watch. Barca share Real Madrid 4-0 at the Santiago Bernabeu. So one thing here is about the mentality of the coach. The coach transforming the playing body. We are talking about Xavier. Unluckily for him, that final no, not unlucky goalkeeper Marc-Andre ter Stegen. Not unlucky player bit say Rafael Diaz Beloli Rafinha. Not unlucky player bit say Inigo Martinez. Not unlucky player bit say João Cancelo. João Cancelo was not part injured. Pablo Gavi na oye key player for Xavi. And the Barca fans be feeling say Senka Gavi fit during the dying days of Xavi now. But these players, even Alonso was not fit. Yansha lineup Barcelona. Edifeci Real Madrid. In that Super Copa España no Mulusu 4-1. Sergio Roberto was the winger for FC Barcelona. Sergio Roberto was the winger for FC Barcelona. Ferran Torres 6.2 rating in that game was the winger.
Okay.
Frankie de Jong 6.3. Okay Gundogan 6.9. Ronald Araujo on the right hand side with the red card, man 3.9. Inaki Pina in the goal post, 6.3. The whole team, your rating highest. Ne Robert Lewandowski 6.8. against a Real Madrid side. They played with a tactical shifter. That time, we saw a certain Vinicius Junior at the arrowhead. We saw a certain Rodrigo Goes with Jude Bellingham as the anchor. Being the anchor, no Chouameni, Valverde, Toni Kroos. So this is a Real Madrid side. They dominated the game against Xavi. We are talking about another final. We've seen a new rejuvenated FC Barcelona under Hans-Dieter Flick.
Sure.
In the Spanish La Liga, in the first El Clasico, he went over to the Santiago Bernabeu to play a first half goalless. In the second half, was able to thump Real Madrid of Carlo Ancelotti. Then Real Madrid went in at the start of the season for who Kylian Mbappe lost Madeseni. And Asasiano, it was all crying. Not Madrid for who. No, we are talking about Carlo Ancelotti. He is one of the best coaches in our era. One of the best coaches. Top 3 Carlo Ancelotti is there.
Okay.
Talk of the UCL. Talk of domestic trophies. Someone who was able to get you players or coach you players like Pirlo was in his team. Ambrosini mo, Gattuso mo, Seedorf mo, Inzaghi Nikaka. Do you know what he did? He was able to manage their ego. Yankosha Pirlo baby and no freeba. Say no a deep line playmaker, but in a team, no ultimate city Pirlo down. Emma Pirlo be a deep line playmaker in that AC team. This is the same coach. Kylian Mbappe first season or by first 5 games. No BS Kylian Mbappe ukruma. Nebwa. Because name fa and Kylian Mbappe drew baby dia Madrid ebo 3 wingers, Omuni striker, and Omuni another winger, and ye Vini. Rodrigo Goes, Mbappe ni nyina wa ha. Yes, 3 almost run make say dabi. We are talking about one of the coaches Oko Italy, their university, their sports university, renowned one. Omusia ade wa Coverciano no. Coach needed Don Carlo ko trade thesis be. He talked about pure dynamicity. Oko Italy kasamwa. We are talking about the dynamism of the game, allowing your players to flow. Because we are talking about professionals, also a striker. Una better and say no go. Dabi. Inti ube un coach inti na and now Betty will be say Carlo Ancelotti what tactics because we are talking about coach. Why Jumana Betty as say you have players who are human beings and they understand what is at stake. You don't have to restrict them like robots. And don't you know Becca say Guardiola is changing football in APO. Guardiola ma football are too systematic and projective. You can predict what he's going to do. Because we know he's having that robot goal scorer, Ellen Brot Haaland. You know say these are players are Ubia assigned to a role. But we are talking about Real Madrid. And Jude Bellingham by no one striker. No. In that game, our most set team and did Barcelona 4-1. Jude Bellingham was the anchor. Yeah. Bellingham goes for the man Dortmund. Obedu Real Madrid escalated because he came to meet a coach. The coach was too dynamic to the point that Real Madrid were playing last season without a striker. Yeah. But formation, tactically, the brilliance in Carlo Ancelotti and Real Madrid a fruitful year. Even winning what we call the UEFA Champions League at the expense of Borussia Dortmund. Satam no. Now Obi, a friend Guardiola, born a systematic play City and your Nigeria. Yeah. The Erding Kwano. We respect Carlo Ancelotti. We are talking about the first El Clasico. They were playing with Kylian Mbappe and show line up no I say. Real Madrid about that El Clasico with a 4-4-2. Madrid history mo. Konakoshe, how many times na Real Madrid ever 4-4-2? How many times no Maya successful with a 4-4-2 formation? It depends on the game, it depends on the coach's ideology, and it depends on the team they are facing. In a first game for Hansi Flick against Team Andini Real Madrid, no, Hansi Flick said, we are not going to sit back. Barcelona Bebo Bibi in that game Barcelona about 4-2-3-1. We are talking about a tactical coach who is coming from the German Bundesliga. Coach awarded Bayern Munich I wonders that. So that formation was typically a coach who wanted to press and only have 4 goals in that game. Four. So we are talking about the Los Blancos, the UEFA Champions League giants Real Madrid. In that game, coach Nadine Eddie Carlo Ancelotti lose game no even before the start of the game because about 4-4-2 which man here. And the reason is if you have Vinicius Junior active, if you have Kylian Mbappe Lotti Madesemi active, if you have Jude Bellingham active, Valverde Chouameni Kamavinga, why play that formation? And that formation restricted Abrantia and he did Jude Bellingham in a certain manner on the wings, which is unrealistically of that guy. He wants you to give him the middle role, to run ahead like a striker, to come back to the midfield to do the job. In that game, Vinicius Junior was rated 5.9. Okay. Yebenya Mimi be no bia Sere Mbappe. Ada offside. Take it from there. Real Madrid team on the day was bad. Eduardo Camavinga 7.1, the only player who shone for the team Real Madrid, but still Barcelona won. We are talking about FC Barcelona. After that win, no, Omunya Niama Fofofo. Their latest win against Athletic Bilbao, and they almost first back-to-back win since November under Hansi Flick. Judy Las Palmas ever share Barcelona. Go and check. Whenever they are playing without Lamine Yamal, Nazraoui, Ebana, Omu lucky some cutting edge. We want Trevella assist from Lamine Yamal. So Omu Libya, young Konkoshe after using the high line, you'll be to Barcelona, the high line FC. No, you benya go Chandidi Aguasil. Our Kokoshe FC Barcelona 1-0. And defending with Arambura. Eko defendi with Mbrancho Musi Academy Real Sociedad or Anointa Basa Kolusu 1-0. Siraldo Becker a breaky that offline trap. Eshe Basa. It was Hansi Flick. So in football, if you enjoy one thing, sa obiye de ben esuya tactically. Your opponents are there to learn you, understudy you, to find an antidote to your tactics. And Namagadule Ebre. I feel not picking up the pieces. Yensha Dibuwa, make catch you say relax for Real Madrid, relax for Abranti and Didi Carlo Ancelotti. He knows what he's doing. Yensha Dibuwa, we are talking about a certain Real Madrid in the Super Cup, Omarini 13, the 41st one, and a Real Madrid any Barcelona baby. Ubia Real Madrid form no, but tactically, Yambo Ancelotti Abasubiu because we've not paid details to the game. Any in Sisaya Waye, Mbeka wa say. To manage big stars in AC, to manage big egos, you need to talk to them. Talk to Vinicius Jr., talk to Kylian Mbappe, assign them to a role, talk to Rodrigo Goes. That friction, that bad tension, no, gradually, a free honum. Baby Fabia, Hala Madrid, and resource I have the resource here. Okay. And me person say Real Madrid are going into this game as favorites, but never undermine the Catalan giant FC Barcelona. And analysis no me shift every Catalan giants the about Real Madrid. No mama obi a Madrid fan na wonya ni that's what say Real Madrid are you who no lose 4-0 with a 4-4-2 no. It is not the same Real Madrid. At that time Carlo Ancelotti anya Kylian Mbappe for more preseason. Okay. It was a try and error. We need something. Madrid needed games to try to find that perfect shape for Real Madrid. Yeah. To find that perfect shape for Kylian Mbappe, Lawton, to assess, to play. Yeah. Thierry Henry Bekabi, saw TSC, no ball, number 9. Because Jude Bellingham was working too much, tirelessly. Yensha Adibua, we are talking about the dynamic man Don Carlo. Real Madrid in their last 6 games, Omunyan Lusuge. And Oshiomu goes now. You give thanks and credits to Don Carlo Ancelotti. Say tactically he's up again. Because Yensha Adibua, Real Madrid against Girona in the La Liga. Madrid win 3-0. Jude Bellingham go, you rating 9.3. Formation at Real Madrid a boy in that game. A 4-2-3-1. The 4-2-3-1 formation gave room for Abranti and Didi Jude Bellingham to play right behind the striker. Yeah. So he was there like the decoy between the midfield of Abranti, Nidi Ede, Chouameni, Camavinga, Ida Valverde. There was Jude Bellingham. Yeah. After Jude Bellingham, you see Kylian Mbappe, Rodrigo Goes, and then Vinicius Jr. What's the difference between Yehu yet last season? No? So still. In the start of the season, no, Jude Bellingham and Noah drop it too deep, playing and tirelessly working like he's still playing for Borussia Dortmund. Yeah. Because of the arrival of Kylian Mbappe. But coach not say any homework ye. Asanya the perfect shape for the club. Menuka say in their last 5 games against Girona, Madrid winning 3-0. Jude Bellingham was rated 9.3. Obibet man for flash call no check it. 9.3 also blue. Meaning he's on fire. Now Jude Bellingham, young fan free on him. It's say working yentino. In their next game, boy, it was against Pachuca, the Intercontinental Cup. Yeah. Real Madrid SR winning 3-0. In that game, Jude Bellingham was rated 8.0 or somewhat the same formation we called the 4-2-3-1. Okay. So tactically, near the start of the season, and that Mbappe air struggle. Okay. Now Bellingham air struggle. That friction, you bring clips. Comparing Bellingham and Mbappe scenes be say omoko omunyanya shape me no ka say in that 2 games no boy no tactically coach and Didi Ancelotti esa my Bellingham that free role to play behind Kylian Mbappe to nim Mbappe drops deep 50-50 ball beats me find it back to Jude Bellingham. Now Bellingham has shown a masterclass. In the first season with Real Madrid. Aside Pachuca game, now he was the best player for Real Madrid on the field. No, in their game against Sevilla, Real Madrid winning 4-2. In that game, Jude Bellingham signed rating 8.1 on the pitch. And the same formation 4-2-3-1, right behind Abrante and Kylian Mbappe. Vinicius Junior on the wingers near Juma, the fullbacks of the opponent. Samson and Rodrigo was doing the work. Yeah. Tactically. So your coach now for Betia said this is the shape of the team. Don Carlo Ancelotti. Now so more kwa. Aside Sevilla again on the ball Valencia. Even against Valencia, Vinicius Junior got red card in that game. Vinicius Junior red card. But Jude Bellingham still was rated 8.6 because it was the 4-2-3-1 formation for Carlo Ancelotti. And in that game, he was playing right behind Kylian Mbappe. Runs into the 18-yard box was clinical to the point. Say against Valencia 2-1, Jude Bellingham was on the score sheet once again. Okay. So tactically, say Carlo Ancelotti on board tactics and no Gina Hodom and we gam just say Sani Ekano because that's how it is on the street. Okay. But tactically, if you check the details of the game, you have to applaud Carlo Ancelotti. He's doing something. That's raw. Now when you're finding from the start of the season, gradually Real Madrid are getting it. We are talking about one of the fine coaches, even without defenders, natural defenders I coach here, Uba Kamavinga at the left back, Uba Lucas Vasquez there, Uba Wobit is a Chouameni there, but they still grind for results. Meaning team be what EP on so our team be none players 2-3 be a pra or Lusu Abeka say, oh, now we anyhow. Okay. Now we anyhow. You can't compare any other coach to Carlo Ancelotti. Okay. In terms of, changing the situation for the club. Okay. Aside that Valencia game, proud to the final, Supercopa de España against Barcelona, their rivals, against Mallorca. Jude Bellingham she goal. Yeah. It was the same 4-2-3-1. Okay. With Kylian Mbappe there. And what I'm saying now, maybe Jude Abaso, Ebo Abrante, coach and Didi Ancelotti Abaso. Don't forget. All these games are Jude air shining. Mbappe are performing so well to the point say the ratings are above 6.5. Also so green. Vini are so green. Just say about Vini's problems with referees and then players on a red card against Valencia. Yeah. Even amid that, Real Madrid were able to get their results. So we are talking about a different Real Madrid now. Who was Santiago Bernabeu now? Barca question of 4-0 no. So the final now here, Kwakobono. Let's come back to it. There are some details in the game. You have to understand. The Pablo Mafio in football we call something shithousery. Okay. Tactically, Real Madrid is a different side going into the final. Don't expect that trashing game now. Barca question 4-0 no. No, because Barca here say Rafael Diaz Beloli, Rafinha, Nijano, Bafom. So what I say? Barca here say the high line no mubono. Omobe say no. Teams are finding antidote. Say the make what I say. Basayeka say Alejandro Balde is not the Balde Barcelona fans knew before he was injured. Okay. So what I say. Sieka Inigo Martinez ni Kubasia transfers say what Barca who Dani Omo registration and other staffs in Pono. It is hurting the team. Okay. Although they've been registered. Yensha Adibi was say in the game one key thing I was Shebona and say in football you can't do away with shithousery. Okay. Brunica's a shithousery. You are the perfect person to explain Zinedine Zidane. Was it Matarazzi? Yeah, Marco Matarazzi. 2006 World Cup. And yes, Matarazzi and Zidane show. By a cabon, referee Concotier, no some Matarazzi who can then a chair no head. In football, when you know your opponent is holding everything against you, what me be my opponent no go a man down, and it's work for the Italian team against France. Yeah. Zidane, near camera capture and say we're heading Matarazzi. You will be catching Zidane. That's football. Vini Diano and I want to play football. You see, Vini Ababe targets to all clubs to the point. So Spanish La Liga Numa. So Mo Kwakobo Real Zaragoza. Ewa Fuom was playing a Fuom Poa. Coach first plan about Real Madrid. Let's frustrate this player, Vinicius Junior. If you frustrate him, Obe explode pack no some will be on say apai. And yeah, only referee be him. And yeah, your reaction will and me and Camina Vinicius Junior no man coming in the Becasa. Some slow Zidane no man no too because a cabo. So once on a waka say Carlo Ancelotti no be a fin or better players. Exactly. So I don't understand say situation no air traso because Carlo Ancelotti has to sit the guy down. That you are one of the best wingers in the world. You were closer to the Ballon d'Or. Yeah. So let your football speak for you. Pablo Mafio, and your Pablo Mafio on target Pablo Mafio, he's an Argentine. Said they don't know tactically that they are coming to frustrate you. They plan before they come onto the pitch that you, Vinny, will frustrate you. Go and watch the game against Valencia, the red card. No, it was too clear. So, Obedi, you about POB and Misa, open the Kakrabia, you're a monkey, you're a monkey. You can go assume referee, your reactions, Bama, red card, no, Biaka say, Vinny, yet. But I repeat, Muamudi Vinny Subaino, football, Yambona, sorry, demo. Football, Yankuta Bible, oh, sorry, them. Nwaka say football maybe chuma maka say sorry John 11:35 no madrebo no. So those who say no buadi no, it is about managing his anger. It's about exploding on the pitch is too much. Let the football speak for you. That advice I made man because that semi-final against Real Mayuka, Pablo Mafio, even ahead of the game, Wakacha and says a boxing match, Obebo Vini Betty at Wanka. So tactically, shit house we can start even before the game. And during the game, players will provoke you. Your opponent will provoke you just to get you down. Okay. And it's worked. Sometimes behind a Wakitia Madrid. Going into the final against FC Barcelona. And no be antina. Xavier Araujo free center back the nama Vini no because that Uruguayan Brazilian banter so to me if Vinicius Junior want take care and yes can don't mean take he said a soccer therapist no needing come because opponent will frustrate you, opponent will insult you into your ears and your microphone the backup channel ya TB yeah want see a Vini red card and it will be on the news that he's bad. Okay. Many manusi wano.
Watch baby a game in the beko.
Exactly. Many manusi no. Tactically, Real Madrid look like favorites, but Barcelona you can't undermine the man Hans Dieter Flick. Yeah. Because we are talking about one coach. Say Onya Abranti and Didi Danny Olmo. Don't forget the long range ability of Danny Olmo. The long range ability. But it depends on the tactical shift that Carlo Ancelotti is doing. Ebeko game no more. So if Lamine Yamal Nazraoui Ebana is fit and is going to play, he's going to dribble. Obeko square scare at the back of Real Madrid. But in this game, Mimobia to say first half will hit you the over 1.5. First half over 1.5 conk because Real Madrid any Barcelona ball, especially in the Supercopa de España now. Both teams to score. Yes. Both teams to score. And in their last 6 finals in the same Copa de España, no, before first half, they are not 2 goals at him. Before first half, not 2 goals at him. Oh, yeah, I me say live bet. Me call me bebre. Me premier. Me share game. Me about me share first 15 minutes. How both teams will shape themselves. No matter who So you know tactically, yeah, bought Real Madrid at Barcelona. Yeah. Now for your say if Jude Bellingham is going to enjoy that role. Now the first season crowd short tested in Manche. Yeah. You feel La Liga. Then you pen and Chesney. Yeah. So I believe that tactically Carlo Ancelotti will come to the occasion and the party. But FC Barcelona omuo some assets be. FC Barcelona have some things in the midfielder. So Petima obey Juma with the midfield dynamo. Now Benya Gavi. Now Benya Pedri. That soft, that exquisite touch. Now Pedri Dibemao. Now Benya players in the midfield. Fermin Lopez from the bench. Now so Danny Olmo will be putting the icing on the cake. Okay. Both teams look very dangerous ahead of this game. The both teams to score the first half over 1 is a short. Zlatan Makansi won. But I'm say Barcelona Real Madrid is a big game. Yeah. Team is Siremu Mwambeko Patakesi no. Okay. Relax it. First 15 minutes. Now for determine. But first half over 1, both teams to score was short in that El Clasico.
Clasico na hon komo na yedi na yes flow brain na the tennis Melfua confirm say after 12 said David Moyes ebu call every Everton call Manchester United now. He say wasan ko pie mo Everton.